The Dolores River really just kind of grabbed a hold of me and hasn't ever let go.
I'm really passionate about this work because the Dolores is not only my favorite river, but just my favorite place.
It was such a huge part of how I was raised, outside a lot and connected to the land, and felt that intrinsic connection to place.
Growing up here, playing in the dirt kind of became a part of me. I'm Lindsay Buchanan.
My name is Alana Bond.
My name's Rika Fulton.
My name is Amber Clark. I like to call Dolores River Boating Advocates a conservation group with a boating habit. So we have boating in our name, and we do work on whitewater boating, specifically on the Dolores River, but we also really more and more have become a conservation group, and we really believe that you really can't have one without the other. The recreational part is really obviously dependent on the health of the river, and so it's become more and more important for us to really focus on the river itself and the landscape around that.
My role with DRBA has two pieces to it. First is the advocacy role, where I lead a lot of our protection work, both with the river and surrounding landscape. Secondly, I lead our stewardship programs, which involves working with volunteers, land managers, and other community members to meet the objectives of our mission. Some of those projects that we organize and implement with volunteers include campsite improvements on the lower Dolores. We do a lot of boat ramp cleanup, as well as we've done a variety of other restoration projects. DRBA has been engaged with the Dolores River Native Fish Monitoring and Recommendation Team for many years, and that is a collaborative group with water managers, academics, nonprofits, counties, and many others that are really focused on the downstream environment and improving the environment and habitat for fish, and also whitewater boating when flows allow. So that's a really important collaborative process, and as of this year, DRBA is actually co-chair of that group, so we'll help facilitate and drive the goals to make sure that it moves forward.
1, 2, 3, go!
We primarily work with youth in Montezuma and Dolores counties, kids that are living in the Dolores River watershed or are receiving water from the Dolores River watershed, and have done some more targeted programs to work with kids from the Ute Mountain Ute tribe, kids that have some stronger barriers to getting outside and engage more deeply and with more kids in the community.
Since I started at DRBA, originally it was just Amber, and since then I came on and 2 additional staff have come on, so it just shows that the work DRBA is doing is supported, there's potential for much more, and the community wants and cares about this work happening. It's sort of a testament to the growth that DRBA has had. It wouldn't really be possible without all of our donors and volunteers to numerous different events, helping out with the outdoor programs. It's the core of what DRBA does.
I still do like to think of us as a small group that does really big things, though. And we've had some pretty incredible successes over the last few years. We've been reflecting a lot after reaching the 10-year mark as an organization.
An exciting project that DRBA has done in the last couple of years is create a river map for the lower Dolores, which really helps make access better for everyone and helps to educate boaters so they know the best place to camp, the rapids, and really what to expect.
Another thing that's been really exciting is to watch our education programs grow. We've gone from serving a very small number of youth to a much larger number of youth over the last few years. That willingness to just dive in and take things on really is a big part of our culture. One really big thing that we've taken on and become a very like important big local leader is a National Conservation Area proposal for a portion of the Dolores River below McPhee Reservoir. And in recent months, there was a bill introduced in the Senate and actually the House of Representatives. And there was a hearing on that bill and came very close to seeing that bill passed into law, which didn't happen, but that's not gonna stop us, and the work is never done, and we're gonna continue to advocate for the long-term protection of this landscape.
So the Dolores River is in some ways a microcosm of change that we're seeing in the Colorado River Basin and elsewhere. It's increasingly becoming hotter and drier, which is really negatively impacting the river and the surrounding communities with less flows. As resources become more and more scarce, it becomes even more critical to work together and be a voice for the river to make sure that it has what it needs to sustain life moving forward and for future generations.
It all starts with relationships, which is one of the fun parts about this job, and I'm super grateful for our amazing community.
It's the people who you see on the street that care about the work that you do, and they care about DRBA.
I love working for DRBA because it really connects all of the pieces that create a healthy river and environment. It includes policy and advocacy, as well as stewardship, collaboration, working with all sorts of different people. And that's the way to make lasting change.
It's really exciting to look back at the history of our organization over the last 10 years. Starting out at the Dolores River Brewery, getting together as a group of local boaters that wanted to have a stronger voice around boating on the Dolores River, to 10 years later, being a leader in all Dolores River issues and conversations at the local level, regionally, and even nationally. And we are working to, move forward with lasting protections for this river and local landscape. Our work is not done, and we are absolutely not going to give up.